What's up, guys? In this video, I will be talking about if statements. So let's get started. IOStream using namespace std, and you will be putting main our main function. Now we are going to be talking about if statements. So let's set a variable. So probably integer x equals, how about, let's say 5. Now is where if statement's gonna come in. So if, and please notice that if you put something like if, capital IF, or both in caps, it will not work. So again, if the I is capitalized, it's like this, or if it's like this, it will not work. Everything has to be lowercase. So if, then we will put parentheses, and inside here is where our condition's gonna be. So we could put a condition like if x is equal to 0. Remember to put two equal sign symbols. X is equal to 0, and we put brackets to display the block of code. Then we can output. We could output. How about variable x is equal to 0. Okay, now let's run it. Yep, nothing happened. That is good news, because if x equals 0, we have to output variable x is equal to 0. Well, x is not equal to 0, it's actually equal to 5, so it's good it didn't display that. So now we are going to learn about else. So let's start with else. Once you put else, you don't need to put a condition. That will be about something else called else if, which we will also learn in this video. So if we put else, we can put brackets so to display the code. If x is not equal to 5, we could output something like variable x is not equal to 0. Now if we run it, we will get variable x is not equal to 0. It's putting this because if x is equal to 0, it will output variable x is equal to 0. Else, variable x is not equal, it will output variable x is not equal to 0. So the else is if this condition is not true. So since x is equal to 5 and not 0, it will look at else. Now we will be looking at else if. So else, and we will put if. Now we have to put a condition here. And then we could say if x else if x is equal to 5, if x is equal to 5, then we could actually output variable x is equal to 5. Okay, now let's look at this. Oh, so actually what we have to do is, I also forgot to mention this. first we actually have to put else if before else. So let me do that real quick. Okay, now that I've replaced everything, now it should be running successfully. Let's test it out. Let's go. Okay, variable x is equal to 5. So how it's going to run is, so x is equal to 5. If x is equal to 0, output variable x is equal to 0. Okay, this is, the processor would be, okay, x is not equal to 0, so let's go to the next condition, which is else if x equals 5, count variable x is equal to 5. It knows this condition is right, so it immediately display this, and it will not need to check over this. But and else variable x is not equal to 0. So we can actually play around with this. So if I change it to 0, we'll say variable x is equal to 0. If I put something else, something like, how about 9? If I run this, it would put variable x is not equal to 0. So it's really a simple piece of logic. And that's basically it. And in next video, we will be learning about switch statements. See you next time in our next video.